So I may or may not have bought a whole bunch more books, even though I probably shouldn't have. So, good news. I have a lot more books to share with you guys, which is exciting. Bad news, more books to add to my TBR list that probably shouldn't be there. That really don't need to be there. But I'm super excited about this book haul because I got a lot of books that I've been wanting for a long time. And so hopefully I'll get to read them sometime soon. The first book I got, I actually didn't buy, so that's a step up. I got it from my cousin, and it's Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. And Uglies is the first book in a series. It's Uglies Pretty Specials Extras. And it's basically about a society where when you turn 16, you get this operation to be pretty, and then you can be like popular in society, you can be successful. And then the main character, Tally, when she turns 16, she doesn't really know if she wants to get this operation because she finds out some things that are going on that she doesn't really agree with, and anyways, it sounds pretty cool. The next book I have, actually I'll show you the next two books I have, I bought on a whim at Barnes & Noble. No, I bought on a whim at Books A Million because I was super bored and didn't have anything to read, and I had gotten this book recommendation from Sasha at A Book Utopia, and she loves the first book, and so I bought that book and the sequel. And the first one is The Edge of Never by J.A. Redmerski, and the sequel is The Edge of Always. And basically The Edge of Never, which I'm already reading, I'm on page 223, is about this girl, and her name is Cameron, and her boyfriend died about 6 months to a year ago in a car accident, and ever since then she's been depressed, and her life hasn't been going as she planned, and she really doesn't like how her life's been going. And so one day she just decides to pick up and leave and get on a bus and just go somewhere, and that's what she does. And she meets this guy, and his name is Andrew, and Andrew basically helps her to do everything she wanted to do on this trip and be spontaneous, and they eventually develop feelings for each other because they're spending so much time together, and they go on a road trip together, and it's just super cute. And these are new adult novels, not young adult novels, so they're kind of more mature and they have more mature content, so I would recommend that you don't read them unless you are 16 or older, only because of the mature content. But I mean, if you read mature content and you're younger than that, then go for it. The next book I have is White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And this book is super cool. It is about gargoyles, but they're not just like those statue thingies, like they're real fantastical creatures. And I don't know much about this book, but I know that there's a love aspect, and I've never read a book where the main like creatures were gargoyles, so that's just super cool. And I got this recommendation also from Sasha. She loves Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I've never read any of her books, so I'm super excited to read this one. The next book I have, which I am so excited about this book because I've wanted it forever, it's The Diviners by Libba Bray. And I've heard such good things about it, and it's set in the 20s, and the 20s is one of my favorite eras just because it's so interesting and I love it. And this book is $20 because it's freaking huge, but it's beautiful. But I got it at Books A Million on sale for $5, and it was the most exciting thing ever. But it is beautiful. Like, not only is this outside cover beautiful, this cover, look at this. What? It's gorgeous. this book is about like cool powers and it's the 20s, so you know it's going to be good, and I know it's fantasy, but I don't really know what it's about, but I'm so excited to read it, and hopefully I will get to it sometime soon because I really want to read it, and I'm so excited. The next book I have is Ruby Red by Kirsten Geir, and this book is about a girl, and she is a part of a family that has a time-traveling gene. I think everybody thinks that her sister is going to be the one that has a time-traveling gene in her generation, but it turns out to be her. So basically, she has to learn how to use this time-traveling gene, and she hasn't been preparing because they've been preparing her sister for this because they all thought that she was going to be the one with the time-traveling gene, and now it turns out to be Gwen, the main character. And I've heard so many good things about this book, especially from Christine over at Pulling Bananas Books. She loves this, but I've heard so many good things from so many booktubers and everyone. And I got this one on sale at Books A Million too. This was only $3, so I was like, of course I have to buy it. So I'm really excited to read this one, and it's going to go somewhere near the top of my list just because, like, I'm so excited to read it. And it is a series, and the second book is called Sapphire Blue, and the third book is called Emerald Green, and apparently they're all really good, so I'm super excited to read it. The next three books I have, the last three books I have, are classics, and two of them I've been wanting to read for a really long time, and I just haven't gotten around to buying them, and another one I'm going to actually have to read for my English class, and I figured why not, since I've been wanting to read it on my own time, why not read it now to get it over with, so when we do have to read it for my English class, I already have it out of the way. So that book is Jane Eyre, and it's freaking huge. And Jane Eyre is by Charlotte Bronte, if you don't know, and it's a love story. I've been wanting to read it anyways because I like classics. They're just cute, and I find them humorous. Like, I understand the humor in them. But I've been looking everywhere for this cover, this specific cover of Jane Eyre, and I finally found it at Books A Million because, I don't know, I have this weird thing, like, I don't judge books by their cover, but I kind of do. Like, if I bought the classic cover of Jane Eyre, I probably wouldn't want to read it just because I'd be like, it looks like a school book. Like, it looks like something somebody is going to make me read, and that turns me off. So I just don't like when books have those kind of covers. So I've been looking for the pretty cover because then my mind won't associate it with school, and I'll really enjoy reading it. The next two books I have are Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. And these covers, I actually didn't plan on buying these even though I did want to read them, but I saw these covers, this version, at Barnes & Noble, and they are just gorgeous. Like, I love them. Like, look at that. Look at that. They're so cute. And I had to buy them because the same thing I said about Jane Eyre with the classic covers, like, they just don't work for me and I don't like them. So I figured why not buy them because I've been wanting to read them, and now I can and I will, and hopefully I'll be reading them sometime soon. And I don't really know, do you guys want book talks on them? Because I know they're classics and some people don't like classics, some people just haven't read them. Do you want my thoughts on them? If you do, you can comment below and tell me if you want my comments on them, like to hear my comments on them. So those are all the books I have to show you guys today, but I'm sure at some point I'll get more and I'll be showing you those too. So thanks for watching. Bye.